So, afternoon guys, what a miserable January day again. So I'm at home today because I've got the day off to do a little bit of study. Yeah, there's my laptop, there's my cup of tea, ready to go to do some work. We've also just finished doing a little bit of shooting, which is really hard to do at home. I think I've said before, it's really hard, A, to find the time, B, to find some privacy, and C, try and keep all the dogs quiet. So yeah, I've just taken all my makeup off. So ready to sit down and do this study. As you can see now, the dogs are quiet. Typical, yeah. And they've all been for a run, hence why we've got wet towels on the radiator behind us as well. Some of you were also asking about my little story about that guy that I didn't know who he was. Obviously, once I sort of ruffled my hands through his hair, I realised he wasn't the guy I was expecting that night. But yes, I did know who he was. He was very naughtily the girl across the corridor in her room. It was her fiance, so I did know who it was. It wasn't a complete stranger. It just wasn't the guy I was expecting that night. So plans for the weekend. Not really got much plans for this weekend. Still in lockdown. Should have been going away. We had rebooked Budapest from last year, but obviously that's been cancelled. So we then booked another weekend away in this country. That's been cancelled too. So obviously this weekend will just be a weekend of doing, let alone more jobs down the field and the rest of the house and stuff as we've got to do. And I bet some of you have also asked me, how did I get into this industry? Well, that is the simple one. I just answered an advert many years ago, in the back of a men's magazine and got into the industry that way. And if you're wondering about my first time experience, well, I don't want to give too much away, guys, on these little YouTube videos, because I am trying to write a book, although that might be a long time before it comes out. But my very first time was actually, I was actually 18, and it was with my second sort of proper boyfriend, as I would call it. And yeah, I can certainly say that the sparks didn't fly. You know, there was no like, yoo-hoo, this is it type thing. To the point that afterwards I lay there thinking, is that it? Is that what all the hype is about? Was it, you know, I thought I'd imagined, you know, you read all these books and you think, oh, it's going to be so much more fun and the rest of it. But I certainly made up for it, as you will find out when my book finally gets released. That I think, looking back, that was probably the start of me, not of my porn career, but maybe the person that's behind my porn career. Because certainly what happened that afternoon, yeah, set me on the road to this life, I think. Now you're all intrigued, aren't you? Yeah. So, but all will be revealed in my book when it's finally comes out, which is why I don't say too much. But I can certainly tell you that I definitely had a fun time then, and the sparks did fly and the stars all went up into the sky. So yeah, had an amazing experience, but not with my boyfriend, who was at that time. So, and if my boyfriend's listening out there, if my ex is listening, tough luck, mate. You really didn't make it. You know, it wasn't really. He didn't make those mountains move that night. Anyway, that's it for now, guys. I best get on with this study and hopefully chat to you again soon. Bye.